Hello and welcome to German Car Festival 2024, back for its second year, this time in its new home at the Goodwood Motor Racing Circuit in Sussex, the UK's biggest and best German-focused car show. There are some incredible cars here from all eras, all German manufacturers, so without further ado, let's go and have a look around and see what we can see. Looks like an E39 M5, but isn't. Welcome to the Alpina B10 V8S. This really stood out to Lucas and I. Looks absolutely stunning. It's a genuine Alpina, not a rep. It's in purple, it's got grey leather with blue tints. Lovely spec this. And you can think of this as like the gentleman's GT version of a BMW M5. It's still V8, it's still more powerful than a 5 Series. It's still a bit sportier, but it's more relaxed. It's automatic, it's got big comfy seats in it. It's got slightly thicker sidewalls. It's stunning. In purple, I adore this. I'm not a huge BMW fan, but this, I'm all over, I want it. We absolutely love our 80s hot hatches, and this is amongst the most iconic. Mark II Golf GTI 16 valve, 2-door. Absolute pinnacle of GTIs potentially. This one, 155,000 miles. It's on its original engine and gearbox, and as you can tell, it's stunning. The odd little nick in the paint is your only indication this isn't a brand new one. Inside, Golf ball gear knob, even the original radio, it's beautiful. Absolutely adore this. This is one of those cars that if you've got an infinite dream car garage, you've got to have one in there. We love a Mark II GTI. I mean, just look at it. You might remember our grey Porsche 944 project car. This is a grey Porsche 944, but altogether nicer. It's in the Street Elite section here at German Car Festival, which is basically the show and shine, and it's stunning. It's done nearly 180,000 miles, but you would never know. It was subject to a 5-year restoration by the owner. It's had paint, it's had bodywork. It is beautiful. Look at the standard of bodywork and paint on this thing. Nice subtle drop on just some Bilstein lowering springs. It's had the rear end adjusted, so it's not slammed. It's totally usable. Lovely split rim wheels. Inside, white leather, which is brave, but it is in immaculate condition. It's a manual. It's even got white boot carpet, which I'm far too nervous to even think about using. And on a whole, it's just a really nicely presented example of arguably the nicest 944, the S2. It's beautiful, and I want it. Unfortunately, depending on how you look at it, this isn't a Mercedes 190 Cosworth Evo, but don't worry, because if anything, it's even more special. It's been built by a guy from Poland, and it's powered by the 2.3 litre engine from Mercedes SLK, but they've taken the supercharger off it and put a turbo on it instead. The result is well over 300 horsepower in this thing, and endless lovely special little details. The mono wiper, of course, lovely black paint job. I love these turbine style wheels. We believe these are rotiforms, really, really nice. Inside, there's carbon door panels. It's all been custom trimmed. It's got the 190 Cosworth Evo style body kit, of course. And then there's the seats, not Mercedes seats. They're out of a McLaren Artura hypercar. One of the friends of the guy who works for this, he kind of does stuff with trimming and what have you, and stuff with McLaren. Those seats were being thrown out because they had a couple of rips in them. He saw his opportunity, grabbed them, retrimmed them to match, and now he's got unique carbon McLaren seats in his supercharged, turbocharged, DTM Cosworth looking 190. I adore this. Epic stuff. This stood out. Lovely example of an R129 SL320. It's not the blingiest, it's not the showiest, it's not a V12 twin-turbo flame-spitting monster. It's a daily-driven, really nice example of a car from Mercedes peak era, and I really, really like this. And the owner is a bit of a videographer as well, so he does our kind of thing. So we like him as well. Walking further down the line, another example of a sort of 90s modern classic German GT that really deserves your attention. Porsche 996 911. Yes, fried egg headlights, yes, IMS bearings, blah, blah, blah. But these are a really nice car, they're great value, they're starting to be more appreciated, and this one, dark blue with the biscuit leather interior, is stunning condition, totally standard, and I really like it. We're here on the classic VW Owners Club stand at GCF, and for as much as there are Mark II Golfs in there, we've given airtime to one of those already. So I thought we'd cover this, a Corrado G60. Lucas covered a VR6 at Radwood, and this is a lightly modified example of a different trim level. It's got the kind of eyebrow down there, these lovely ball bay wheels, but you'll note no distasteful ride height on this. It's very standard looking, very smart, and the Corrado is just cool. It's one of the nicest handling front wheel drive cars ever made, and I think it's coming into its own as a collectible VW in its own right, plus active rear spoiler, which you can't say that about many modern cars. These days, fast Audis are just as popular as Mercedes or BMWs, but in the early 2000s they were a little bit more niche. This was the car that changed all that, the C5 generation RS6. It still looks like a subtle family estate car, 5 people, put your shopping and your dog in the back, but it's also got 4-wheel drive and 400 brake horsepower, this thing, 0 to 60 in barely 5 seconds. It's got automatic, this one, so it's a bit more of a cruiser, but it's got lovely Recaro seats. We think it's got coilovers on it because it's a little bit lower, but a lovely stance to it. Beautiful pearl red paint, it's in fantastic condition, and it's very much deserving of the top 10 rosette that we've awarded it here at German Car Fest. If you think fast Audis are boring, drive one of these and you'll realise very quickly they are not. So that was German Car Festival 2024, and what a show this has been this year at Goodwood. Beautiful weather, fantastic vibe, and an enormous mix of eclectic, high quality German cars from all our favourite manufacturers and all kinds of eras. It's been a lovely, lovely show, and I can't wait for the next one. So make sure you've got your tickets booked for next year's German Car Festival. We will see you there. But between now and then, comment down below with what your favourite car from this video was. Make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss any future Classics World videos, and we'll see you again soon. But it's still got a lovely stance to it. There's a car about to drive in the middle of the shop. Right, should we do that again?